Good morning. Good morning. This is in continuation to what we discussed. Hope all of you can hear me. Should I wait for some more time? Okay. So let us have some examples on dictionaries. Create a dictionary. Create a dictionary with I as key and I square as value. So I already muted my laptop voice. Any disturbance now? Is this clear? Okay. Create a dictionary with I as key and I square as value. For example, first key is 1, value is 1. Key is 2, value is 4. Key is 3, value is 9, and so on up to 10 is key and 100 is value. Okay. So let us create a dictionary like this. For using dictionaries, you need a package system dot collections dot generic. So you need this package for this. System.collections.generic is required. Now let us create a dictionary. Key is integer type and value is also integer type. Let name of dictionary is squares. And create memory for it. A new dictionary. Key and value types and size. Okay. No. Let us add values. So dear participants, please say something. Let me know whether you are there or not. So please let me know whether you are there or not. Okay, let us add values to it. Squares dot add say I comma I square, where I varies from say 0 to 10. Now let us start from 1. I starts from 1 to 10 in steps of 1. Okay, now let us print the dictionary for each key value pair. So key value pair is a element in the name of dictionary in squares. Print key of the element and value as well, okay. Now let us run it. Seems there is mistake in collection spelling. Corrected that. COLLE. Now let us run it. Again there is a mistake in the spelling of squares. System dot collections dot generic and then key value pair. We did the same mistake which we committed yesterday. Int comma int so we got the dictionary. Okay, now let us do one thing. Instead of using right, let us use right line. and run this. So these are the values. Okay. So I and I square. I is key and I square is value. So I hope you understand the concept of dictionary. Now you can remove items also. Suppose you want to remove the second item. You want to remove a record with key 2. A record with key 2. You can see clearly here 11 is there and 39 is there. So record 2 is removed. Okay. So we can create a dictionary from scratch like this. Next, let us create a dictionary with two different types of data, integer and string. Let us call this as employee, and we have integer and string. Okay. Now add some records. Employee dot add ID is 101 and name is Vijay. Next, add one more employee 102, say Ajay. Okay. Let us check if there is an employee by name Ajay. Okay. Or Anand. Let us check if there is an employee by name Anand. If not, we will add it. If employee dot contains value say Anand, say do not contain, it doesn't contain Anand, then add Anand with roll number or employee number 103. Okay, else print he is already there in roll call. Okay. So if employee contains Anand, we don't add. If employee, there is no employee like Anand in the list, we will add it. Okay. So let us write and see. Employee contains, okay. So I forgot to put semicolon here. The name squares. Okay, this is string and this is employee So everything is okay now. Let us run it. Okay, now you can see Anand was not there and he is added now. Anand was not there and he is added now. Is this fine? Now let us try to add Vijay. Let us try to add Vijay. Okay, and see what happens. So Vijay is not added. Why? Because he is already there in roll call. Okay, so this is how contains value works. Similarly, we can check contains key. Contains key. Let us check whether roll number 103 is already assigned or not. Say roll number 104 is assigned or not. If not assigned, let us give to a new employee. If roll number 104 is not assigned, let us give it to a new employee. Okay. Okay, let us run it and see. Right? So 104 is not there. So 104 is assigned to TV Rao. Is this clear? Is this clear? So hope you understand it. This is how contains key and contains value works. Okay. So far you have seen how to add, how to print, how to remove, and how to check whether it is there or not. Okay. So similarly, you can get all keys. You can get all values. Okay, and there are many methods. All methods are not required for all. Okay, so it is enough you know few methods which are sufficient for your project. So this is about dictionary. Okay. Next, we'll move to one very important concept. Object oriented concepts. Object oriented concepts in C#. They're almost same in any language. there are four pillars of OOPS. Four pillars of OOPS. One is abstractness. Second is encapsulation. Third is inheritance. Fourth one is polymorphism. Okay, I will explain you one after another. This is what properties or methods or what is to be shown. What is to be shown to user. This is what is to be hidden from user. Here, as the name inheritance implies, you can derive code from previously written code. This is, we can use one method to serve different functions. So you understand them one by one. I'll give you very simple and almost a crude example to explain OOPS. So this is an office. Here you have so many clerks, assistant managers, and same managers. Okay. Now, while defining the system, while designing the system, you define the clerk. Okay. What should be qualification of clerk? What are functions of clerk, like counting money, depositing money in the bank, withdrawing money from the bank, etc. So what is the clerk qualification? What is the age limit? And what are the functions? Similarly, you must have defined the age, the qualification, the methods of assistant manager. Okay, of manager also. Now office needs 10 clerks. Okay, or 20 clerks. 5 or 6 assistant managers. Two managers. Okay. So for every clerk, you need not define the age limit, the qualification, the methods. Once you defined a clerk, okay. Once a definition of clerk is there, you can create as many clerks you want, as many managers you want, assistant managers you want. Okay. Hope you understand it. And one more very crude example. Say human being. Human being definition is, say every human being is having a name, is having age, is having height, is having gender, Okay, now, and these are say properties. So నేను ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను. ఐ విల్ కాల్ యూ అట్ 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock ఫోన్ చేస్తాను. Now, what a human being can do, can eat, can walk, can run, okay, so can study as well. So these are called behaviors. These are called behaviors and these are called properties. Okay, once you define a human being, you need not tell that Ram is a human being, Rahim is a human being. You simply say Ram and Rahim are human beings. Then you understand what Ram is and what Rahim is. You understand that Ram has a name, Ram has age, Ram has height, Ram has gender, Ram can eat, walk, run and study. Is this clear? Is this clear? Now, let us see how we create a definition. We create a definition using a keyword class. Using a keyword class followed by class name. Okay, now declaration of parameters. Now assigning values to parameters. Assigning values to parameters followed by defining methods. This is how you create a class. Okay, for assigning values to parameters you have a special method called constructor. A special method called constructor having same name as that of class. Okay, now a lot of explanation is given. Let us jump into action. Now. Okay, so Bhargavi, Pallavi are responding. What about others? So this is one class where the main method is there. I'll create one more class. This class is a human. This class is human being. The name of class is human being. Okay, now class definition. Human being has, say, height. Okay, height is float or double. Okay, now has age, has name. Okay, assume that he has only 3 parameters: height, age and name. Okay, height, name and age. To assign parameters, you need a method. So don't worry about what I'm typing now. I just type public. You just need a method, same name as that of the class. Okay, and you pass, say, h for height, say x for age, and same, you can use same name or same y for name. Okay, now here you assign h to height. Now you assign x to age. Now you assign y to name. Okay, now this is class. Now put both the classes in namespace. Namespace, as I told you earlier, is a container. Namespace, okay, say namespace is example. Both the classes are in a namespace called, in other languages we call this package, here we call the namespace. Okay, it has two classes. One is example. The convention is we generally use a capital case letter to start the name of namespace, and class. Okay, now let us create Mr. Ram. Okay, so if I call Ram as human being, then Ram will possess all the three parameters. Okay, create space, how much, which can store all the data of human being. Okay, now what the data you are passing? Height, say 165.25 centimeters. Age, say age 25. Okay, name, now calling Ram, say human being 1, first human being, let us call first. Okay, name is Ram, right? So let us create one more human being. Okay, second one, let us create memory for him because he needs to store three parameters. Now height is say 160.50, age is 30, so name is say Robert. Okay, so we created two human beings based on the definition. Okay, now let us print first human beings height, so I might have told you earlier this formatted output. Okay, height is equal to first dot height. Okay, now age is equal to, what do you print there? First dot age followed by name is equal to, say, first dot name. This is formatted output. Okay, now similarly let us print the data of second human being as well. Data of second human being. This is second dot height, second dot age, and this is second dot name. Okay, now the main method ends here. The class ends here. This is main method. Let us compartmentalize it. The class ends here, and here ends the namespace. Okay, now our C# program contains one namespace and two classes. Okay, so let us run this. Hope there are no spelling mistakes. Now it is saying that name is inaccessible. Okay, to make it accessible, I'll tell you later, I should make it public. Otherwise we cannot access it from outside. I'll tell you about it. They are called access modifiers. Access modifiers. Okay. First one is float. Okay. And that was a problem because we cannot convert float into int. Let us call this as double. Okay, now let us check. Okay, is this clear? Is this clear? Now we printed the data of both the persons. We created two objects, two copies of this human being. In object-oriented parlance, in object-oriented terminology, human being is called class. Human being is called class. Okay. First and second we created are called objects. Objects are instances. So we create object using this syntax. Class name followed by object name is equal to new class name. Okay, if parameters are there we put them, otherwise we leave empty braces. Is this clear? Is this clear? Now the class name is EMP. The object name is, say, employee1. Okay. Now employee has employee number, name, and department. Okay. So we created earlier a class by name EMP with 3 parameters: ID, name, and department. Okay. Is this clear? Now employee E1 is of class EMP type. Okay. So you can create any number of employees once definition is there. So this is second employee. Okay, create space for him. Is this clear? Is this clear? Say 102. Some name, some department. Okay. Now to access the parameters, we write object name dot parameter. Object name dot parameter. Okay. Is this clear? Hope you understood this. Now let us add one more parameter. So this is first name, FIRST, and this is last name. First name and one more parameter, say last name. Okay, so we take one more parameter here, say string Z is last name. Okay, and this is first name. This is first name, and second one, next one is last name. And last name is Z. Okay. Now let us write one more method here, which is also public. It returns a string. Its name is full name. Function name is full name. Okay. What it does is it adds first name to last name. In between it puts one blank space. Okay, and returns it. Okay, is this clear? Now in this class, whose name is, say, human being or whatever human being, we have height, age, first name, last name, and a method to find out full name. is equal to first name plus last name. Okay, now here we created two human beings, H1, H2. Okay, nothing but this is a blueprint, this is a blueprint, and these two are copies. Okay, so once a blueprint is ready, you can make any number of copies. Now the class can have, as I told you earlier, parameters and methods or behaviors. What the class can do. Okay, now here we have first name and last name as well. Okay, first name and last name. Okay, now let us create a list which contains human beings, okay. The list name is human. Let us create a list. The data type is human being. Try to understand. I will explain you later. Data type is human being. User defined data type. Create space for the list which stores human beings. As humans. Okay, number of human beings is not known. Now two humans, you add first person, okay. Two humans, you also add second person. First person F is not, say capital case letter, add second person also, right? Okay, now how many records are there? There are two records. Let us find out the count of records. Int n, okay, humans dot count. Let us find out number of records. Okay, the console dot write line. Okay, let us use formatted output. Dollar number of humans is what? Is n. Okay, right? So the main method ends here. This is in class program, and before that we have a function 2. Before that we need one more function to assign data. Name of this is the same as that of the class. Okay, first one is that is already there. that's already there. Okay, now here the class ends and namespace ends here. Okay, so let us run it. Then count is not a method, count is a parameter. Okay, so we added how many records? We added 2 records. Is this clear? Is this clear now? So hope Chandralekha, Harshita, Rohita, Pallavi, all are following it. Okay, now print all the records for each say variable. Let us call this as element in humans. Okay, let us print console dot write line. I want to print the full name. Okay, how to get full name? From the method full name. Okay, so where is that method? Element dot full name. Okay, is this clear? In humans every record is element. In that element there is a method by name full name. Okay, so second variable element in humans, or we can call this as it is of type human being. It is of type human being. Okay, so first name is added to last name. Mahendra Dhoni and Donald Trump. Is this clear? Is this clear? Earlier you have seen data types string, float. Earlier you have seen data types string, float, double, int, etc. Now it is our own data type. It is our own data type. Okay. Say list data type okay, followed by list name is equal to new list data type. Okay, data type can be int, string, character, or double, or boolean. Okay, these are all primitive data types. At the same time, data type can be of user defined. Okay, so user defined can be classes or structures. Okay, so we created a class. What is our class? Human being. Okay, Now, what is our list? Our list stores human beings. Our list stores human beings. Okay, as humans. As humans. So each human being is not a single data. It contains a group of data and methods. Okay, is this clear? Is this clear? Now, somebody wants to see the entire program. So you need two modules. One is system, second one is collections.generic. So I wrote two classes in namespace example. This class has 4 parameters. Okay, I assigned values taken from outside, and then this is a method. This is a method. Okay, hope you understand it. Now, if I don't mention this as public, then it cannot be seen from outside. Now age is not public. Okay, now I just tried now to print age of so in the list. Okay, now for each human being in humans try to print age. Okay, element dot age. Okay, element dot age. So to know what we are printing, we must have formatted output. Where is dollar age of human is, put this in double quotes. Sorry, curly braces. Now let us try to execute this. Now you get one error. The reason is argument is missing. So a comma should not be there. There should not be comma. Now what is the problem? Missing delimiter. Two double quotes are given. So what is the problem? End of file. Sorry. No. The problem is age is inaccessible. Okay, unless you made this public, you cannot see it. Okay, let us do one thing. Let us make age public now. Let us make, not here, at a definition stage, we make this public. Now you can see it. Okay, now you can see the age. If it is not public, you cannot see it. Is this clear? Is this clear? Now we just understood how to create a class, how to create a constructor. This is a constructor. What is a constructor? It is a method It is a method in which we initialize the parameters. Okay. Okay, so we will dwell deep into OOPS concepts tomorrow. We try to understand all access modifiers. So today you have seen what is public. Tomorrow you will be seeing private, protected. There are others, but these three are enough. And then what is encapsulation? Okay. A day after, we learn about inheritance. And day after we learn about polymorphism. Okay. And then exception handling. And then multi-threading. Okay. So after that, we jump into developing one database application or a web application. Okay. So hope you understand it. So the 10 o'clock now. I take your leave. Okay. This is one very good IDE for writing program, Zoodle, J-O-O-D-L-E, J-O-O-D-L-E. Okay, you can use it. To get this, simply go to Google and say C# editor or C# compiler from, okay, this one. Right? 2 O's are there, not 3 O's. So you take this and do programming. Okay. Maybe after a few days I will tell you how to install Visual Studio. Say how to install Visual Studio. Okay. And do your programming. Right? It is a big software. It needs good amount of RAM as well. Okay. Right? So I take your leave now. Let us meet tomorrow at the same time. Hope you understand all the concept discussed today. Deliberately I went very slow so that I can reach all of you. Okay.